This is He Knows the Sport bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, you guys. When you saw Snoop Dogg vent and rant the way that he did twice, that wasn't by accident. Snoop Dogg, the reason why I salute him and I respect to him is because he's an OG out here in these basketball streets. He's one of these guys that he's a real Laker fan, like a Denzel Washington, like a Jack, you know what I'm saying, Nicholson, like a Leonardo DiCaprio, you know what I'm saying, like that guy that's part of that group, Sting. These are real Lakers fans. Justin Timberlake. These people been around. They've been rocking with the Lakers from the jump. These are real Lakers fans. These are people that when they listen, when they talk, Ice Cubes of the world, I listen because they've been rocking with the purple and gold since when I was a Kobe fan and I was rocking with them then. So I understand when they're talking from a purple and gold standpoint. They're talking as a purple and gold nations fan. And I get it. They have every right to feel the way that they feel about certain situations. So listen to me, man. Snoop Dogg's rant is evident of what is going to be a continual event or continuum, so to speak, for the Los Angeles Lakers. You're going to have a bunch of guys, i.e., LeBron James, that's going to continue to come up short. He's a 3 for 9 abysmal NBA Finals average, 33%. If he doesn't have safety blankets on top of safety blankets on top of safety blankets, how does he deliver the goods? This is what people need to think about. People need to start using their brains, man. Stop being dodo head. Stop being brain full of mush and brainwash followers. And start using your brain. Stop being a dodo head. There's a reason why I call it dodo head. Because they don't think. They've been beguiled. They've been betwixt. They've been bamboozled. Thinking a guy can stat pad. You can't stat pad against true alphas. Can't do that against Kevin Durant because you're going to get a 35-foot crooked little eye in your face. You can't do that against Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard, although he's not as explosive as Kobe Bryant, he has the Mamba Academy mentality. He's been taught under the tutelage of the Black Mamba. He's been going to the school of Michael Jordan. He's been learning the phonetics on how to play in that vernacular and in that style. Although he's maybe a little stiff with it, Kawhi Leonard does damage in his own way. It works for him. It works for the Claw. This man is the best two-way player in the game. So when Kevin Durant is not there, Slim Reaper, to lash him up, then Kawhi Leonard is lashing everybody else's ass up. It's that simple. Kawhi Leonard is the lasher. He's the lockdowner and he's the lasher. That's what he does. He locks you down and then he lashes you up on the other side of the court. That's his ability. That's his play. And people need to come to that conclusion. This is why LeBron James should have made the public proclamation to be the glorified Pippen or the glorified Robin to Kawhi Jordan or Kawhi Batman. Should have been that. But he chose not to do that. And because he chose not to do that, it ultimately affected the team. It affected the chemistry of the team. And it affected everything associated with the team. But what people need to understand is what you're seeing with Kawhi Leonard is he's mastered the art of using load management. He learned this under the San Antonio Spurs. So he's using it to his benefit, his benefactor, and it's paying off dividends. Look how he's able to operate and unction into the load management because he knows there are games in the regular season that have a playoff-like feel and that he has to show up and show out in those games. And then comes the real NBA season, which is the NBA playoffs, which he's damn sure going to show up and show out. Kawhi Leonard is a guy who is basically going to dominate and do what he's supposed to on the basketball court. He understands his limitations from an NBA brittle body standpoint, and this is why he does load management, so that he can be there when the heavyweight lifting is called upon him, so that he can do the heavyweight lifting and deliver the goods. This is what true alphas do. They step up, they show up, and they show out. Let me say it again. They step up, they show up, and they show out when the time permits it for them to do so. Michael Jordan did this. Kobe Bryant did this. Kevin Durant did this. And now Kawhi Leonard is doing this. This is what a true alpha is about. They're not about this. They're about action. Let me say it again. They're not about this. They're about action. LeBron James can't stat pad. He can do that against anybody else, but he can't do that against a true alpha. And when he knows the sport, bringing you that what? That heat and that fire, and keeping the foot on the what? On the necks. And keeping the foot on the what? on the next. Came to you and told you guys that the Clippers were going to run LA and not the Lakers. You should have listened, because I'm coming to you from a Yoda standpoint. Young Padawan, you want to learn something about the game of basketball? Listen to Yoda, because I judge basketball at its highest levels. What is the highest levels? How many championships you win and how many times you win. Let me say it again. How many championships you win and how many times you win, and what your NBA finals percentage looks like. Remember, anything that's 50% or above is NBA upper echelon of the pantheon of greatness. Anything that's 50% or below is the lower echelon of the NBA pantheon of greatness. That's how basketball works at its truest and its most properest levels. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. And that's why you see the greatest players of all time. What is synonymous with them being the greatest players of all time? They have a lot of championships and they have a lot of finals MVPs. You get it? It goes hand in hand, because this is how you justify. It's a Jay-Z term. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. The justification in knowing how to win is in how you get the chips. And people need to understand that. This is what basketball is all about. This is what it's predicated upon. This is how it functions and it operates at its purest and its highest form. Kawhi Leonard is unquestionably and unequivocally the best player in the game, minus Kevin Durant. He's free to roam and dominate when Kevin Durant's not there. Kevin Durant proved that all last year when he lashed up Kawhi Leonard, and then in those 11 minutes he was lashing up Kawhi, couldn't guard him. But when Kevin Durant is not there, Kawhi Leonard is free to roam and dominate, because he's next in line. It's kind of like Kevin Durant saying, I'm not here, you got next. You know what I'm saying? You got next. That's Kawhi Leonard. He's free to roam and free to dominate. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, although he's the regular season MVP, Kawhi Leonard is the best player in basketball. And I told you guys, the Clippers, although they had injuries, although they had ups and downs, they were right there on the Los Angeles Lakers' heels for the top spot in the West. Look how close it is. And they're just now peaking. It's dangerous. The Lakers are reeling, but the Clippers are peaking. Let me say it again. The Lakers are reeling, but the Clippers are peaking. That should tell you something. And we're not even into the All-Star break. This is what I'm trying to tell you guys, man. You guys have to pay attention to basketball and see things for what it is. Don't get so caught up in your bias. Oh, the Lakers, that's my team. That's who I root for. Don't get caught up into that. Focus on the truth of the fact of the matter of this. And it's really simple that, you know what? I'm going to root for the team that makes the most sense from this standpoint. Not this standpoint, from this standpoint. Let me say it again. Not this standpoint, but from this standpoint. Because you have to use your brain. I get it. You're a Lakers fan. But you still win if you pick the Clippers, because guess what? They're part of LA. They run in the same building, the Staples Center. There's nothing wrong with denouncing your fanship for the Lakers and renouncing it for the Clippers. Because let me tell you something. LeBron James is a loser, and he's bringing his losing ways to the Lakers. And as long as he's there, he's going to continue to bring what he's always brought, 33% effort. This is what the whole participation era is all about. The Love Participation Award is all about. It's a 33% abysmal thing. Whether if it's an average, whether if it's an effort, whether if it's in win percentile, it's 33%. Who wants a 33%? What is a 33%? That's a third. That means 2/3 is out there. That's sad. For every 3 NBA finals, this guy's won 1. What does that tell you? I mean, every opponent he's faced, he's 33% against them. What does that tell you? I mean, you guys got to start using your brains here, man. Kawhi Leonard is a 67th percentile NBA Finals average winner. So that means if you root for him, you get 2/3 of the lion's share. So last time I checked, from a mathematical standpoint, do I want to deal with a guy that's 3 for 9 or a guy that's 2 for 3? I mean, that's a no-brainer. I don't know. If you have a winner's mentality, then you're going to pick winning. If you have a loser's mentality, well, you get the gist of it. But the truth of the fact of the matter is this. I told you guys the Los Angeles Clippers are going to run LA. And I told you guys that Kawhi Leonard is the best player in LA. And what has happened so far? The first game and Christmas have denoted this. This is why Max Kellerman got off the LeBron James LBJ Rider ship. You see Matt Barnes is following thereafter. And there's going to be many more people that's going to leave the LBJ Rider ship, because they're understanding that the legacy in their mind is officially la done. The la cachet in their mind is officially la over. But guess what? It's been la done. It's been la over. You know why? Slim Reaper is the reason for that. This is He Knows the Sport. Check it out.